Hurricane Isaac threatened to dump as much as 20 inches of rain on much of southeast Louisiana. Isaac's 75-mile-per-hour winds could blow away millions of dollars worth of nursery plants growing in nurseries in the Florida parishes. As This Week in Louisiana Agriculture's AJ Sabine shows us, the Windmill Nursery in Washington Parish was scrambling to batten down its hatches ahead of this massive storm.
At the Windmill Nursery, workers scramble to prepare this greenhouse for the eye of the storm. Hurricane Isaac threatens to hit this Washington Parish nursery with 20 inches of rain and 75-mile-an-hour winds. Today, production manager Michael Rose says the nursery is in survival mode.
The major two priorities now, we've already got the electricity kind of handled, backup generators ready to roll. We're taking off all the plastic and the shade houses back here so we don't lose the structure themselves. And plastic in the back, and that's really it.
Since Katrina, Windmill Nursery Operations Manager Richard Massey has learned that repairing broken PVC water lines will be a top priority in the wake of Hurricane Isaac. When will the nursery be ready to pump more than 1 million gallons of water should the power be knocked out? Massey says,
immediately. I have a lot of supplies on hand, which is I've been stocking up on. I try and keep an emergency supply on hand 12/7, and it's just going to be a matter of getting it done.
Now you'll notice behind me that blocks of knockout roses are being heavily watered. The reason is all the water has to be in the plant before the hurricane gets here, because if wind knocks the plant over, it could be as long as 5 days before these plants could get some water.
After the storm, restoring power will be the next priority for General Manager Todd Ellefson. Ellefson says getting a head start on preparations during hurricane season is the key to survivability post-Katrina.
When we start prepping, we make sure all of our fuel tanks are filled to capacity to give us all of the fuel that we may need during the weeks or so without power to use generators. And then we become a survival mode nursery, meaning that basically every dollar we spend in the next week will just be to keep the nursery alive and going.
Keeping the Windmill Nursery alive and going is what these preparations are all about. In Franklinton, I'm AJ Sabine for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
Todd Ellefson said after Hurricane Katrina, the Windmill Nursery was without power for more than 20 days. Still to come on This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, the state's Commissioner of Agriculture and Forestry, Dr. Mike Strain, on the effects of the storm to the state's $15 billion farming industry. You're watching special coverage of Hurricane Isaac and its impact on Louisiana agriculture. Stay with us.